Welcome in, everyone, to Hardly Huddled podcast. I'm Jay. I'm going to be one of your hosts tonight alongside Nate. Our guests tonight are Austin and Corey. We got some fantasy talk, just kind of general stuff that's going on around the league right now. A.J. Brown trade, what just happened with Josh Jacobs, the news around him, the legal trouble that he's possibly facing, stuff about Rashee Rice with what's going on with him and his legal trouble. A.J. Brown trade, stuff like that. I think Corey's got some questions to throw out there for us. Nate might have a couple questions to throw out there for us. Should be a good show. Stay tuned, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe, and follow for more. We're going to be doing a lot of shows this upcoming season. Corey, how was your day today, man? Did you have a good day? Thanks for coming on to the show.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I just I work nights, so like I just woke up like a couple hours ago.
Beautiful.
Just now watching a little basketball, talking to some goofballs on the internet. You
like that. Go Spurs.
Yes, I hope. I'm hoping they win.
I know literally nothing about basketball.
Yeah.
I would like the Spurs to win as well.
The last time I watched, I think, was 2009. I don't know.
None of those guys are in the league, probably besides LeBron. That's about it, dude. Yeah.
Yes.
So I really got into basketball this year specifically because of the Pistons going so far.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the Knicks are so good. I'm surprised you don't.
Knicks are very good right now. I've always been a Knicks hater my whole life, though, so it's like it's tough.
It's
tough for me to
have him on eventually, but
they are good though. They definitely are good.
Yeah.
What about you, Austin?
I think the Knicks are going to win the whole thing as well. I agree, Corey. Yeah.
When's the last time they lost a game? They swept the last two teams. They have not lost. They have not lost.
Spurs are leading currently, so that's beautiful. I just worry about OKC with, calls possibly going their way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what I was worried about.
Austin, what about you?
Man,
you have a good day today, dude?
No, I did not.
Anything special?
I had car troubles, and it was pretty bad.
Oh no!
Yeah,
on your way to work,
dude. Like the moment I got in my car and drove down my street, dude.
So does that mean you didn't work today?
No, I did not work today. No,
dude. Come on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Austin hit me up and said he was ready to record today. He got a little liquored up for the show. He said, dude, I'm ready to talk some fantasy.
That's why I put two and two together, because you were like, Austin's been drinking, and when you just had car troubles, I was like, he didn't go into work today, dude.
I didn't go into work today, no.
Hell
yeah, dude, literally,
ready for the
like
show,
the moment
dude.
I got to the end of my road, I was like, oh, something's not right. And then I came home and I was like, I inspected it and I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely broken. But it's all good now. I fixed everything.
Dude,
so
me inspecting a car would be like in Tarkov when you inspect an item. It would just be the same thing, but me looking at it different.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh, it's a car for you.
Yes, the car's weird. Interesting.
Something's not right.
Something is not right here.
Dude, so when I was younger, I played these Nancy Drew games. And they were pretty fun. They were tricky as fuck though. I don't know. But if you clicked on like something that was locked and you just spammed it, she'd be like, it won't work. It's still locked. And it would just say, it's still locked. And she would just repeat herself. That's why I don't know why I thought of that with that.
Same voice line. Yeah, because that would be me, bro. I just you'd have like shit smoking. I'd just like go grab a wrench. Like
I don't know what I'm doing, but we're gonna figure this out, dude.
Car with a wrench,
Well, Austin is probably better than any of us with car stuff. I would say.
Yeah, fortunately, like uncles and my grandfather and all them teach me all this stuff growing up. Yeah.
I can do small.
I don't go that far, but I am pretty good.
I can do small engines. All right. Well, I think we get into what we came for now.
Oh.
So we got
real quick.
Yeah,
that just
let's
made me think of the one. It made me think of the story where you said, and this is a friend of the show, Germ, was out in the lake with the boat sinking.
Oh my god! You want me to tell that real quick?
I asked what to do.
Me and Jay were together.
No. Me and Austin were hanging out at Austin's house and we're chilling. Jeremy calls me up. Jeremy's got this little ass boat and he's got a decent. It wasn't little. It was like a 12 or 14 foot V bottom Sean boat, and he had it out in the river. And him and my brother were out there, and apparently the motor died while they were cruising cruising
Jesus.
along.
The
Cruising
pool
along the
cord
river.
broke too. That was
So
the other
Jeremy
thing,
starts
yeah.
trying to rip the engine cord to get it started, and Matt's like, "Well, Matt didn't say this yet, but the cord breaks." So then Jeremy's got
Oh.
these fucking oars that are older than shit. These oars are made out of wood, and Jeremy starts just aggressively rowing. He's stressing. He's like, "We have to get to land. We have to get to land." And Matt's like, "Dude, you better be careful. You're about to snap those oars." And he just rows, and it's like, boom, snaps the oars. Now they're just floating around. Jeremy calls me up. He's like, "Dude, you have to launch your boat and come get me. I'm in the middle of the river." And this river, I could fall into the river anywhere in it, and it's not like a rushing river. It's not like they're in
No,
the
it's not.
Mississippi. It's a calm, slow-flowing river that you could just swim to either side. It's not like they were in like immediate danger.
We've
Jeremy
been
Jenkins,
in the
though,
river.
dude.
We
He's
have
always
been in the
lifting,
river,
bro. He
yeah.
would have sunk to the bottom.
Dude, that shit cracked me out though. That story's so good.
And Matt making it worse, dude. Matt's just
Matt's
laughing,
cracking
just
up, dude.
laughing his ass off, dude. Yeah.
We got to get Matt on.
So
too,
that's
dude.
probably getting Germ going
Oh,
even more
yeah,
because
I'm
Germ
sure
is
Matt will come
serious,
on.
you know.
Anyway, sorry, I derailed.
Matt
a little
has-
bit.
That was a
No,
good
that
story.
is a
yeah.
good one.
I do
That
remember
is a
that.
good one.
That was a good
Matt,
one. Yeah.
Matt coming out here would be sick. He has that elite ball knowledge that
Yeah.
he uses
Oh,
to beat our ass every year in fantasy.
He said he would come on here with us. So
Yeah, we do
I'm
got to
sure-
get Matt on here. Matt
I'm
is
sure one
a
day he'll jump on.
very knowledgeable guy when it comes to ball, man. He definitely
Matt,
is.
The-
for
the-
the not knowers, is Jay's brother.
Yep, Jay's
Fun
also
lore
very
fact.
knowledgeable.
Yeah, everyone will meet everyone, dude.
Yes.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of people on.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get into it. I'll drop my first question on you guys. So I was at work today.
Okay.
I was actually at school today.
Okay.
Pipe fitter, so I had school going for my apprenticeship. I was in school and it was a cleaning day, and I listened to a lot of fantasy stuff while I'm cleaning. Well, I heard that I guess Todd Bowles said that Bucky Irving is expected to return to the field sometime in the summer or fall, and is not expected to participate in mandatory minicamp. That being said, how do you guys feel about that? Does that affect his ADP for you? Where do you have him in your rankings? Are you guys gonna
I still
change
have him-
anything?
I still have him very high, dude, for the season. Very high for the season. Hopefully it's not. Wasn't it like
fall?
what was it
Dude.
like?
I think that's an inexact thing. I think it's almost.
I think
like,
so, too. I don't think it's gonna be
intentionally
like-
obtuse. I think they're like, oh yeah, like whenever in the fall, just to like not put pressure on the guy. They're probably Just throw it out there. Like,
It's not
he'll
like
be back
oh
when
he'll
he's
be back on Halloween. You know, like at that
We're not
point,
gonna-
it's just
yeah, we're not
yeah,
gonna
it's
get
way
this.
too
They're
deep into the season at that point.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. It's just scary though, because like,
It-
what is up?
I
with
agree.
Football? What is up?
Is
with
it like
football?
the mental health things? I remember it was like mental health things.
No,
was having.
he had to get some shoulder work done where he cleaned up an
Yeah.
injury in his shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So it was. I think last year it was had an injury, but then the injury sort of bled into
to the mental
you
health
know,
stuff.
being
Yeah,
frustrated,
yeah,
being
yeah.
very frustrated. You know, because like with
Depressed,
these athletes,
whatever it was.
they're not used to be like they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
feel useful
Oh,
unless
yeah.
they're being productive in their
Right.
sport. So I
Right.
think it was more of that than anything else.
Yeah, that is a big mental block for sure. But I think he'll be fine. It's
Oh, yeah.
Just, he just needs to get back out there, and you know the timeline. That's the one thing I hate about NFL is the timelines are so random and so obscure. Like, why do they have to be so like shady about saying when a guy is coming back? Like,
It is
For
weird.
example,
I agree.
Yeah.
for example, like preseason with like who was it last year? They had like a big injury during, and they just it wasn't disclosed. Somebody like lost their draft pretty much because of it. It's some running back or something. I can't remember, but they always disclose. They never disclose anything, and it just
Who
like
was that?
ruins. It just ruins like a lot of drafts. Like, a
They
lot
also
of-
probably some of it
Was-
stems from them being unsure. They're probably like, well, it seems like he might go, but we're not going to
Was it
say
Joe
nothing.
Mixon? Was it Joe Mixon?
Oh yeah, Joe
Yeah,
Joe
well, you
Mixon.
Joe
gotta-
Mixon.
Yep. There you go.
You got to
Yeah.
think they have a coach who has zero medical knowledge.
None.
They're-
Yeah.
Right.
you know,
Majority
you
of
have
them
an-
don't, anyways.
You have an entire training staff, doctors on staff. Like these people are supposed to be telling you, you know, we think this and this. Now, in the medical world, it's really like I don't want to say taboo, but it's really frowned upon, or like it's not common practice to say like, oh, you know, you'll be back, you know, because in my job, I work in sports medicine, and every time something happens, someone's like, "Oh, when will I be back?" It's like it doesn't really work like that because
No,
everyone's
it
body is
doesn't.
going to
Yeah.
respond differently. So we don't know. Like, it's that's why a lot
Yeah.
of times the update is how are they doing. That's why it's always a big thing when people are like, "Oh, he's ahead of schedule." It's like he's ahead of the traditional by the book. It takes however many months to come back from this injury, and they're already back on the field, and so they're like, oh, he could be back before the 9-month mark or whatever. So it's like, yeah, he's ahead of schedule for like some Joe Schmo who fucking whatever does whatever for a living. These are elite athletes, so generally they're ahead of schedule. So ahead of schedule is on schedule for these guys.
That's got to be tough, anyways. Just giving somebody that, you know, like, oh yeah, you'll be
think-
back in 2 months, and then here we
I
are
think
4
I was
months later,
thinking-
and it didn't
I was
happen. That's got to be tough.
I think I was thinking the year before. Maybe it wasn't last year, but it was CMC in the beginning. Like people thought he was okay, and then he was going to come play, and then he didn't for like the whole year, and then came back at like in November.
Yeah.
I think that
Well, because like
people-
take CMC for example, he had like he had bilateral Achilles tendonitis,
Mm.
which is like a tendonitis on both sides. So tendonitis is like when your tendon isn't like warming up properly. So it takes a lot longer to get it like ready to go, and then especially for like guys like this, that's like a big deal because you see a lot in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because they're so big and stuff like that, there's so much pressure on their tendons that like you worry that they're gonna snap. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
there's just so much pressure going through them. I think it's sketchy because then you have a guy like CMC who's a running back who he's not just a running back, like he's usually the offense of whatever team he's on. You know,
Yeah.
if he's on the 49ers, like that, everything runs through him.
That was
So,
2 years ago,
careful.
wasn't it? For the, it wasn't last year.
It was 2
It was
years
2
ago.
years
that
ago,
with
yeah.
his
Because I
injury.
remember last
Because
year we were
last
close to
year-
draft season. Like a lot of us were agreeing, like he's either gonna win you your league or
Mhm.
you're gonna
Yeah.
lose. Like
Right.
that's
I ended
literally
up-
how it was.
I
yeah.
know
Right.
because I ended up
And you
with
drafted
him,
him, yeah, in
yeah.
our home league. You did, yeah.
and it's
that's true.
usually anybody that's like injury concerns. Usually, I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'm not risking it.
Yeah, but it's
I
Christian
took
McCaffrey.
I took him
man,
last
yeah.
year, and he wasn't very efficient on his running. He caught a lot of passes. That's where he really shined. Our PPR league with Christian McCaffrey's receptions, dude, he was cranking numbers out.
He finished
for you
first,
every
right? Wasn't he first?
week.
Wasn't he
last
number
year.
one in last year? Wasn't Christian McCaffrey? He finished first, right? By the end of the season,
100% sure.
who else would it have been?
Not in rushing yards, for sure.
Was it Kenneth Walker? Did he finish first in rushing?
No.
No, rushing yards was James Cook, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan, Achan, Kyron, Gibbs, then
Yeah,
McCaffrey.
remember Jonathan Taylor's had
There's a
great
lot of
season last year.
checkdowns too that McCaffrey's a part of. Man, they throw the ball. to him a
McCaffrey had
lot.
10 touchdowns, 3 from 20 plus, 1 from 40 plus. His longest was 41 yards.
We were talking about Derrick Henry the other day too, dude, and McCaffrey's the same way. It's like until he does, it's so tough. Until he doesn't do it, he's gonna do it. Like
Yeah.
he
That's
again,
true,
he
yeah.
is the offense. Like Derrick Henry, like until he doesn't like average 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, like you kind of just have to take a bet on it. Like yeah, you're always waiting for that cliff, and you don't want to be the guy left holding the bag. But yeah, I mean again,
Yeah,
you
McCaffrey's has
say,
always
yeah.
been a little bit different than
See,
Henry,
McCaffrey
though, 'cause
had.
McCaffrey gets hurt. Derrick Henry just
Right, it's
Derrick
he doesn't
Henry's
get
never
hurt,
been a.
man. Yeah, he
Derrick
never gets
Henry
hurt.
has never been a pass catching back. Also,
No, he is
though.
not.
Right,
No,
no.
he's a downhill
McCaffrey
runner. Yeah,
last
it's always
year-
been that way.
McCaffrey last year had 1,202 yards. So that's just his rushing yards. And then on receiving, 102 receptions for 924 yards.
That's so insane.
So-
Many yards.
He has more receiving yards than most receivers.
Yeah,
He-
yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
it's
It's
just
all
an
checkdowns,
absolute
dude. Yeah,
ton of
literally. All
receptions,
of them.
too. I mean, it definitely paid to draft him early. He was nice.
I mean,
last year.
Brandon Ayuk, he was hurt the whole season. Like, he barely played. Ricky Pearsall got hurt at that one point, and then George Kittle got hurt at that one point.
You know who
George
I
Kittle
think-
was out for the
Kittle-
season, so it's like that's
Kittle
all
tore
they
his
had.
Achilles.
Yeah, that's all they had was McCaffrey.
Big
Yeah.
Tonja's season, baby.
You know who I think of when you think
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Pearsall season.
CMC?
Hopefully, we'll see.
Like sort of like the budget version of CMC this year. Like we just drafted an underdog draft the other day, and it came up because we were excited that he fell to us. Was Chase Brown? Whereas like I think of him as like, oh, this guy's gonna get a ton of checkdowns. He actually only had. He was targeted 88 times, which is obviously it's like this is a lot, but it's not as much as you would think. He had 437 yards last year, so it's not like that's a lot, but it's not CMC. You know, like it's like,
No,
yes, he's
it's
getting
not.
checkdowns,
It's not.
but like if he doesn't run well, you're not doing well at running back. Like he is
Yeah.
like. You know, like it's where you're like, is it worth him?
Well, they don't
as
need
a-
to throw him the ball very much.
That's true.
because-
They don't.
Especially
They
this
have-
coming year.
yeah.
Mike Gesicki's going to be healthy again.
Yeah.
I mean,
So does
You're
that
gonna
scare
have
you off
T.
him
even-
then?
You're gonna have Jamar. They're all gonna be there, bro.
I
So
think
it's like
he's-
Does that scare you off of him?
I mean,
If-
it's not
if
like
he's
it's not like they won't. They don't need to necessarily. They do still. I mean, he had what'd you say? 83, 88
88
targets?
targets, 69 catches, nice, and 437 yards.
I mean, and that's with a fairly healthy team. Joe Burrow had his struggles.
it's
last
all
year,
gonna
so that
depend
might
on Joe
stray it.
Burrow. Every bit
Yeah.
of it is gonna depend on Joe Burrow of how that team performs.
Dude,
Yep.
that team is so cursed. I feel like that. Team
Isn't it
is
crazy to think
bad.
that though? Like
Every year, you're like,
because they
this
have
is
like
it.
legit talent on that team, man. It
Mhm.
all depends on Joe Burrow.
Like how many
All right,
years have
so-
we been saying the tandem of T Higgins and Jamar Chase is going to win a Super
Yeah.
Bowl? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're like, oh,
Yeah.
best tandem in the league, and then
Well,
they
I was
just-
thinking
Something
Devonta
happens,
Smith
yeah.
and AJ Brown. I mean, they did it eventually.
I mean, they did
but-
do it. They did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They did, but that's the one I was thinking. Now
Devon-
that tandem is
Saquon kinda
broken
did it.
up.
Devonta
It's
Smith.
kind of Saquon actually.
Yeah.
2,000
Yeah.
rushing yards, bro.
Dude, Devonta Smith was like the. Well, he's probably wide receiver 1 now, right? I would assume.
Oh yeah, for that
He
team,
was- he was-
100%.
He was the
Yeah.
best wide receiver 2 in the league for so
mean,
many years. I feel like.
right. I mean, assuming AJ Brown leaves, like if he gets traded, you know, what do you think? Like, where do you think Devonta Smith finishes?
From
Oh,
from
yeah.
what I read with the whole Patriots AJ Brown that they're not even
The
close, dude.
latest, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it-
they're not
yeah,
even close.
which makes me very sad.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I
Clearly, Nate's
It
the
does.
Patriots fan with his background. See, it seems like you're kind of torn because I remember talking to you at one point, and you're like, "Well, it sucks because we're talking about maybe giving up a first for AJ Brown, which he's kind of older." And you're like, "I don't want to give up that first, but also
It's
now
tough,
you're
man.
like, because
Yeah.
how many he could have a couple more years. How old is AJ Brown?
I think 28, dude. So what
yeah, I
happens
think he's 28
is,
as well.
you think like, okay, there is reportedly a historic rookie draft coming up this next year. And I don't know. Usually the drafts get worse as the year go on. You know, like some guys emerge, but like usually the quarterback class kind of dies off because guys don't have as great a year. You know, it's a lot of potential and stuff. So then they don't. It's not always
It also
realized.
depends. It also depends on like how the college season goes too. this
Yeah,
year,
I mean,
too.
Yeah.
It's
But I don't-
Jeremiah Smith, brother. He's gonna
what I worry
everybody's
about.
gonna. Yeah, it's
That's
Jeremiah
what I
Smith.
worry about.
dude.
Is like, oh, Jeremiah.
Unless the
Smith
kid
is
gets
so-
hurt.
Well, and I think regardless, I think no matter what, like the same thing is like if Marvin Harrison weren't,
Yeah.
if he were hurt, he still would have been drafted super high.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
not over
Oh, yeah.
Neighbors, whatever. That was a crazy draft. But
Yeah,
like,
true.
I
Yeah,
think everyone's seeing Arch Manning, they're seeing Jeremiah Smith, and then they're saying this draft's going to be crazy. And again, granted, there are more guys. I'm not saying that's it. But
Yeah.
like, say after the top 15, if everything's gone, but whatever. What they're saying is this draft is going to be crazy. And so in my mind, I'm like, I don't really want to get rid of a draft pick. I mean, so whatever. Maybe we're lucky and that draft pick is in, the late 20s or whatever or beyond. it's still sketchy to give up a first round pick for a guy who's going to give you 2 or 3 years. And if it's 2 or 3 great years, that's awesome. But it
Yeah, I
just
was
makes
just
me
gonna
nervous.
say.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
makes
Yeah.
me nervous, dude. That's all. And
Yeah.
I would push come to shove. I think there's enough of a hole right now in the wide receiver room that you have to do it. But
So
what's scary is that you're then put in the position where you have to. So, like, the Patriots are saying right now, oh, we don't want to give a first because you guys drafted a receiver and we don't have to worry about it. We're not doing, we're not going to, where'd you go, Austin? You
Don't ask
drifted
me.
into the back.
Don't
You
ask me, dude.
You drifted into the background.
The void took him, dude. He's gone.
Anyway, long story short, I think there's definitely some sort of like bidding war going on. There's a lot of like, negotiating without talking going on, and wherever they land, I don't know, but it feels like if they
If
can
this-
do a 2028 first instead of a 2027 first, I think you have to do it. Obviously, if they can get it done for a second and a third or something, like a second this coming year, a third next year, whatever, dude, I would do that. I would sprint to Philadelphia from my house. But
So
yeah.
the thing that I would kind of feel good about in your shoes, Nate, is look at George Pickens. Look at how he performed when he was on the Steelers. He was unhappy where he was. He just kind of would go out there and mosey around, not really give it his all. And then look at his first year with the Cowboys, what he went from. He took such a step forward. AJ Brown could be that same thing. Instead of reading books on the sideline, he could actually be, thinking about running a deep ball and just AJ Brown was such a good contested catch artist when he was. That's why I loved him. I had him so much on every fantasy team for his contested catch. He's just a stud. And if he's goes back to being the happy AJ Brown where he's all in and working out and wanting to do well, just like kind of like Pickens, I feel like.
What's crazy is him and Kayshon Boutte, who they have right now, are like the same like mold, but AJ Brown is like
Better at it.
Yeah, he's like the top shelf of what like he is the ultimate version of whatever Kayshon Boutte, whatever you think of Kayshon Boutte. I think he's good. I like him. I like that they developed him. Whatever, but he's like, and he had a lot of potential coming out of LSU. But I think now it's like, dude, if you can, I get it. Like you don't want to spend it or whatever, but if you can get AJ Brown over Kayshon Boutte, I mean, dude. I'll take that one for one.
Austin, what's going on, dude?
I have no idea what happened, dude. It just like
Dude,
went out
all
on
of a
me.
sudden it was just gone.
Yeah,
dark.
I don't know what
real
happened.
dark
I didn't
all of a sudden.
touch or change anything.
Just
It
got
just
banished to the
yeah.
shadow realm. AI just got rid of you, dude.
Anyways, though, like as you were saying, though,
Wait, your
They-
camera's
it- dude,
off.
they can get digs incredibly cheap,
Your
dude.
camera's
If nothing
off
really
now.
happens
Camera's
to
off,
help
dude,
you guys
before
again.
you give a take real quick, dude.
Yeah, I notice. I know it went away.
Oh, but I wanna-
Technical error,
Come on.
dude.
I'd rather see your shadowy face than no face at all. Come back, dude.
And we're back. Welcome back in, everyone. Still hosting. It's me, Jay, with my buddy Nate.
We had a little bit
We
of
have
technical
Corey and
difficulties.
Austin, still as guests. Still handsome as ever. Austin had a little camera technical difficulties. But we're back.
He's back.
We left off on some good questions, so we'll pick back up and continue on.
You want to hear one,
Um,
Corey, or how do you feel?
Yeah, I have
Corey?
I have
All right,
a
let's
solid,
hear it.
solid one for everybody. I was really curious because like the last episode we were talking about old running backs, right, and stuff like that. It really made me think with what was that big guy you were talking about? The one I was
Lacy.
Eddie Lacy.
Was not very sure about him, but it made me think back like to when I first started playing fantasy and who was like my first dog as like a fantasy player. I don't know if you guys remember yours, but I was thinking it's a good question. What do you guys remember as like your first big fantasy player that like really you were like really like this is my guy, you know? Mine personally, and this is gonna age me because like I'm an old fuck, but I
Mine too.
had mine was Tiki Barber, man. Tiki Barber was a dog, man, and it was my first year I ever had fantasy. I came in second place in my league, and I remember I had to babysit all summer to get like an entry in it because it was like $150. They were all
Oh,
big
damn.
spenders.
Dude, that's big leagues.
That was in 2007, dude.
God damn.
And came in
So
second place. I got like $500. I didn't know what to do with that. when
I
was
couldn't
17.
tell you who my big guy was. I can tell you who one of the first. My biggest thing that got me into fantasy was daily fantasy. So I was drafting a new team every week. But I can tell you the first guys that I made real big money off, which one of them still playing to this day, Derrick Henry
Mm.
and
Okay.
AJ Green. I don't know if you.
Oh,
AJ
was
Green.
a dog, dude.
I also made quite a bit of money on. There was a time in fantasy football with daily fantasy where you could get Cooper Kupp as a wide receiver for how fantasy worked. Daily fantasy, for those of you who haven't played, it's you have basically a set amount. The stud wide receivers cost more. The sleeper guys cost less, and you buy them. Cooper Kupp was like so affordable. You could get him every week for dirt cheap,
Yeah.
and he would get you a touchdown every week. And then he slowly just started trending up and up and up and up, and eventually he got to the point where he was the wide receiver one. And it's like next year everyone's taking Cooper Kupp up top. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Was this
This guy
the
used
crazy Rams year where he went nuclear? Or
Well, that's the year they won the Super Bowls when he went
Okay,
nuclear.
yeah.
Yeah. There was also me and Jay used to play it where it was live, and this was before we had gambling in the state of Michigan. You remember that? And you could it was like every quarter or remember you
on
would bet on that.
DraftKings.
Yeah, you would bet on that. That was pretty fun, man. I haven't done
They
that in
still do them.
years.
They
I
still
bet they
do.
do. Yeah, I haven't
I
done it
forget
in
the name
years,
of
but
them.
you would pick like 5 guys for like each quarter, and whoever
Yep.
performed the best. Yeah,
I
those
used to
were
do
pretty
that, too.
cool. Jay hit a lot of those sometimes, dude.
I was
He'd
really
get-
good
he'd-
at those.
Yeah, he would
I-
hit those, man.
They were fun, and I enjoyed it, like the process of drafting. But I just was an all-time loser. I just never.
See,
went on
the strategy with those that a lot of people didn't understand was, so they would give you options to pick. So if you pick, so for instance, it would take, let's say the Lions were playing the Patriots. These are two teams we know. It would give you an option. You would pick one option out of those. So it would be like Jared Goff, just standard points. It would pick, let's say Isaac Tesla at times 2 points. And then it would
Yeah, I
pick
remember that.
Yeah,
Travion Henderson, standard points.
and everybody
Well,
had the same selection.
Everyone had
Everybody.
the same.
Yeah.
Everyone in the tournament had the same selection. So my thing was, all right. So first pick, I have the option of Jared Goff, Isaac Tesla, Travion Henderson. Well, pick 2. Say I pick Jared Goff here. Pick 2 comes and it's Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, Laporta. I have to pick the same thing I just picked because if I think they're going to be the highest scoring out of these options, I should double tap them again. That way,
Yeah,
if they
you
have a
should
boom
really invest.
quarter,
Yeah.
and that's what people didn't understand. People would pick one guy here, one guy here, one guy here, and it didn't work that way. If you're trying to ship these and win first place, you have to be consistent. If you pick one guy and he comes up as an option again, you have to pick him again. And I remember me and Snooze would do a lot of those, and we made some
Yeah.
good money on those tournaments. And I think
Back
a
to
lot of
Corey's
it
question,
was,
though.
yeah.
We got off track, but honestly, Corey, I don't even really know one guy where it
I
was
have
like
two for
he
you
was
if you want 'em.
unbelievable for me, dude. Now there were times where I would like that year Christian Watson. I picked him on waivers, dude, and it was literally 8 weeks in a row. This guy was getting me 20 points like it was nothing, and it was unbelievable when it happened. But and then he got hurt, and then it was like done. That was the end of it, dude.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
there was really never like I don't know any big running back that I can
My biggest
name of that was
I
like
feel like if Christian Watson is your dog, that's a bad sign.
yeah exactly that year was bad. That year I drafted Najee Harris first overall, so that's all
Yuck.
you need to know, dude. Yeah, that's all you need to know. But
I always end
that
up falling
year,
in
he
love
was
with
like-
running backs.
So do I. I do the same
That's
thing.
my thing.
Yep. I do the
think
same
back.
thing.
I'm like, if I'm sitting here thinking of my favorite players, it's like, oh, my favorite line was David Montgomery for the longest
Yep.
time. Think back then, Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, Derrick Henry. Like, all my favorite guys end up being running backs for some reason. And I don't
Adrian
know what it
Peterson.
is.
And he was at the end of his career
Yeah.
when he got to the Lions. Yeah. And
Yeah.
we're like, we're going to win.
Just-
Like, you know? Yeah, it didn't happen. Dude, he was not that good when he was on the Lions, dude.
What about you, Nate?
So I got two for you, and I was looking up to see which year it probably was for each of them, because both of them were like I got them, and then they had like the biggest year of their career. So I had DeMarco Murray
Oh,
in
yeah.
either
Wow.
2013 or
Yeah.
2014. So from 2012, in 2012 he had 600 yards, 600 rushing yards. In 2013 he had 1,100, and then in 2014 he had 1,800. I think I had him 2014, like when he popped off. But either way, it was like a huge jump up from his last year. I got him in like the 5th round, and he like carried me to the playoffs.
Mm.
And the same was true for Melvin Gordon. Like I got him in 2017, I believe, 2016, 2017, something like that, where like when he was on the Chargers, and he had a really, really good year, dude. Both of those guys, I just remember drafting them in like whatever, like the later rounds, like when you would normally be getting like, you know, whatever position you didn't address yet, like or hadn't, like these are the back end of your roster. And I remember getting those guys and just being so excited, bro, because I was like, you like to like you draft these guys and then they're doing crazy well, and you like to like peacock. You're like, oh dude, I fucking knew it the whole time, dude.
Yeah. of
Like
course.
meanwhile it was like a total flyer. You're just like, yeah, he's good, he's got a good offense, whatever. It ends up being dumb luck anyway, but like in the moment in the season you're like, dude, I knew I had some insider info. I knew all along. But yeah,
I
no,
felt good
they
last
carried
year
me.
with my highly, because I'm pretty loud with my takes. You guys know what I'm thinking before we're even drafting. You guys know I like Pacheco this year. Last year, who was I tooting all off season? I'm like, Travis Etienne,
Yeah,
bounce
Travis-
back.
You were
Dude,
trying to get
I've
him off
never-
me
I've
in
never-
our
I've
dynasty.
never
Everyone
heard-
You
was
tried
talking
twice,
shit,
and me and
bro.
you we were on the same page. I was like, nah, dude, I gotta keep him again, man, to
I've
see how this
never-
goes.
Yeah,
Partial
yeah,
of
yeah,
yours,
yeah,
you
dude.
said in the beginning, you were like, well, if you like him, I kind of like him too.
I do remember saying that. Yeah, like, well,
you were
there's
like,
a reason you're liking him, buddy.
Yeah,
What-
I never.
that year that Matt had him, I want to say it was like 2022. I think Matt drafted him, and
You want to hear
ETN was
something good?
phenomenal
It was
that
Corey
year,
who
dude.
had him.
This
It
is
was
what I was gonna
Corey
say.
who had them.
Oh, we traded him to Matt.
So
Is that
it
what
was
happened?
rookie year. I drafted Travis Etienne onto
Okay.
my team. He did not do well late in the season. I drop him to make room for someone else because I had an injury. Corey picks him up, and he has slight flashes, very slight flashes, and I'm like, dude, this guy's about to bust. So I tell Corey, I get in the chat and messages, and I say, Corey, I give you Kareem Hunt for Travis Etienne. And then basically the next week after we pull this trade off, Kareem Hunt like got traded and didn't
Dies.
play.
Yeah.
And Travis Etienne just leads the backfield. Just the most
Yeah.
explosive runs the rest of
Yeah,
the
it was
season.
it was so impressive, dude. That
That's on,
year, yeah.
That's like on
Yeah.
the list of like trades I fucking regret. Dude.
Yeah.
Like
Corey
that
didn't
was-
trade
and I
with
never
me.
heard the end of it too.
It was like
I'm still
2
hearing it
years.
now.
He finally traded me. We traded Josh Jacobs and David Montgomery, I think it was.
I
think I got Jacobs, and he ended up being shit. So you kind of got me back there.
I'm actually looking at some old leagues, and I actually did have a running back. And from you, Nate, you traded me Dante Foreman, dude, when he played for the Panthers, and he had just under 1,000 yards, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's always those running backs. It's funny you say Kareem Hunt, because I remember I had traded for Pacheco thinking like Kareem Hunt is gonna die off, and Pacheco's young, and he's the Chiefs, like, I think he was 25 or whatever. When I traded for him, I don't know how old he is now, but and like the backfield's his. It's all his. And then we know, the rest is history. Now
Right.
he's like a
Now
a
he's gonna
sleeper
be
pick
really
if-
good, dude.
Right now he's a sleeper pick because
It's
he's
not
going
a
to be on.
it's not a
better
sleeper,
offense.
dude.
It's
'Cause
definitely
I'm
sleeper
waking
pick.
you up, and I'm telling you to fucking draft him. Dude. He's
Well, I don't have to
cheap.
draft him because I have him on Dynasty, and I'm really hoping you're right on that because that would be. A
Or
great
if you want out,
flex
dude,
play.
I'll take him from. I'll give you a third right now.
I'm gonna wait until he does well. And
I
I'll trade
wouldn't
him
do
to-
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till he does well.
Yeah.
And when he starts poaching, because you're the leagues. So the league, I'm from New York, and all these guys are from Michigan. So when Pacheco starts to go nuts, like in like week 3 or 4, when he's got like 4 touchdowns,
He's
and
not
everyone's
gonna.
like, dude, he's going crazy. He's poaching all these touchdowns. That's when I sell for a first.
Dude,
Someone's gonna give me a first. I'm
No
telling
one's
you
gonna
this
give
right
you a
now.
first because no one would give you a first for Monty in his prime there.
Oh,
That's not true.
somebody
I bet
definitely would have.
Someone for sure would have.
Absolutely.
For sure would
So-
have.
Now,
Because
if Gibb gets
dude-
injured,
you got a first, or you traded a first for James Conner.
Ooh.
yeah,
won.
but James Conner
He won
was
the
the
league.
RB1.
He was RB1.
He wasn't
Jay
behind
won the
Gibbs.
league too, so it's like
Last year? Did
James
you trade for
Conner.
him last year?
it's 2 years ago.
No, 2 years
It was
ago.
2 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, I still-
No.
Last year Gump won.
Don't be questioning my.
Didn't
my
Gump win our
authority,
dynasty
dude.
last year?
I
It was
tore
Gump,
it
right?
up
James-
that year,
Yeah.
dude. I got James Conner, and he was like torching it that year. He continued to torch it when I got him. I won the league. I got Cortland Sutton that year for a third, and won the league.
And now
I
you're
sold-
selling off. Got it.
I'm not selling off,
I don't
dude.
know.
My team's
not what I
good,
heard.
dude.
Well, it depends. You literally said your entire season this year depends on if AJ Brown gets traded.
I got
Uh-oh.
Devonta Smith, dude.
I mean, that doesn't change anything for Devonta Smith. He's still going to be number
I
one
have-
no matter what.
I have the 101 in my book. I have Gibby, dude. My team.
I'm there again this year.
My
I
team's
I thought
not
Gibbs
bad.
was. I thought Gibbs was 1-1
Agree
last
on
year, and I'm the same thing this year. I think Gibbs is 1-1 right now as well.
What do you guys think the odds of?
Obviously,
just
I was
AJ
wrong last
What do you
year,
guys think
but
the odds of AJ Brown just not moving at all at this point?
I mean, as of right now, that's literally the way it's looking. Like he's not going
10%,
anywhere.
15%. I disagree. I think he gets.
There's no
traded. I
way
don't
he's
know-
not going
I don't know
somewhere.
if it's to the Patriots. I hope it is. Whatever. We already talked about that. I think there's a high percentage chance he gets traded somewhere.
I think
Whoever
at
will
this
give
point
him a
he's
first.
too
Anyone that gives
unhappy.
him a first. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too
You know where-
widely known.
You know
that
where
he
would
wants
be
to leave.
sick if somehow the Patriots and the Eagles get on bad terms and they're like, all right, screw you guys, we're not giving him to you now. You know where he would be sweet at? Like imagine you hear tomorrow, you wake up, you check your phone, you see AJ Brown traded to the Washington Commanders. Imagine that, dude.
It would be
Everyone
good
would be
for
offering
Daniels.
me
I mean,
like
It would be
back
big
rubs and 2 firsts and
because it'd be
dude,
Terry
imagine
McLaurin.
I'll fly
Dude.
out to
They
you.
are
Let's
both
go
up there in age, though,
fishing.
dude. Terry McLaurin and AJ Brown. They're both up there in age, also.
Yeah, Terry
Yeah, but
McLaurin's
Terry
stock
McLaurin's
would
what,
go through the
31?
Floor. Yeah.
how old is Terry McLaurin compared?
You couldn't give Terry away, dude, if that happened. You'd
Yeah,
have
actually
to,
true.
He'd have to give something for someone to take him. Because
He's
that,
a
yeah, that
package. He's a package for sure at that point.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
you would have to
already, I
package
think,
him 100%.
for a lot of
you
people,
Terry
would.
I think-
McLaurin is 30 years old. AJ Brown's 28.
Yep.
I remember last year people were talking when he was like a free agent or whatever was happening last year or 2 years ago. People were talking about the Patriots getting him, and I wanted nothing to do with him, dude. Like his skill set
I didn't either.
mixes with
I've-
Drake May a lot because he's just a deep ball guy. But you can,
Yeah.
dude, you can find those guys. It's
I got some stuff going on in the news right now that I'd like to talk about. If you guys
Oh,
are
yeah.
willing.
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right. And you guys, everyone heard about what happened with Josh Jacobs?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Some
of
legal
course.
trouble. So Josh Jacobs got arrested. Domestic violence, strangulation, nothing good sounding. If he ends up with a suspension because of this, what happens with the Packers backfield? Do you guys think they go and trade and get somebody? Do they roll out a current player that they have there? What are you guys thinking?
I mean, how
I
are
don't-
they going to do it? Look
gotta
at the
see what
trade
they
they
have.
did. They don't like have anything anymore. They
So-
traded everything away to get what they
They
have
traded
now.
AJ Dillon and Emmanuel. What was his name?
Right.
Emmanuel Sanders? No, not Sanders.
Wilson.
Wilson.
Emmanuel
Yeah.
Wilson. So,
They have Chris Brooks, Marshawn Lloyd, Pierre Strong Jr. currently.
I don't. Their picks. They don't have much after
Micah
what they did
Parsons.
last year. Micah Parsons, yeah.
So
I have. So okay. So I'm a little bit on an island here. I do like Damian Martinez is a guy they got from Seattle. This is a deep. Jay might know.
they
his name
do have Damian
only because
Martinez too,
I
yeah.
wanted to grab him. Like we had him on our taxi squad on a league that we have together.
Co-manage.
Yeah, Marshawn Lloyd is a guy that I got in the rookie draft.
like Lloyd.
So fantasy wise, like talent wise, I would be if I were them, I'd be like, we have Marshawn Lloyd. It's not a big deal. He can catch. He can run. Whatever. He's been hurt so much that I think as an organization, it would be negligent to not figure something else out if they think that Josh Jacobs is going to be gone for a while.
Especially
So-
with all the moves that they've made. I feel like they did a lot of moving around this offseason. They sold some stuff. I feel like the Packers are trying to win now. If I were
They
the
have to.
Packers,
You're running out of time.
what about going to get somebody like go to the Cardinals? Go get James Conner and Trey Benson or one or the other.
I know Kareem Hunt. I know Kareem Hunt's available.
Kareem Hunt's
he
available,
is
yeah.
older, but I know Kareem Hunt is available. I mean,
This-
shit. If Joe Mixon potentially can play, right there's another
Joe
one,
Mixon's
dude.
just been gone forever. We don't even
whole
know
year.
what's going on.
The
with
whole
him.
year he's gone,
Or
man.
you could get him for
At
nothing.
that point, you
You
might
can
as
get
well
him
go
for
get
nothing.
Todd Gurley,
That's what I'm
dude.
saying.
You can get Gurley off the couch, dude. Wake
Jay
up, buddy.
loves
We got a
Todd Gurley.
game.
He will never
up,
not
buddy.
love Todd
He's
Gurley,
probably
dude.
gained more weight than Eddie Lacy at this point, dude.
Nah, dude. Wake up, buddy. We got a game to play. Get
So,
off the couch.
The Packers definitely do have picks. They don't have a first, but I'm talking 2027 here, but they absolutely do have picks to go and get a guy.
I mean, you
they
would
got a
have
second,
to think
they got
that
a third.
James Conner
If
would
Malik,
be dirt cheap.
Yeah, if Malik Willis
Cardinals don't need him.
gets
Not with
starting minutes
Jeremiah
with the
Love.
Dolphins, they're getting a pick there. So like they have picks to go and get somebody for sure. Not some super elite guy though that's going to
No.
replace Josh Jacobs. That's not happening. They
Dude,
don't
it's
have
really-
it for that.
It's really funny how in these scenarios, real NFL and fantasy NFL really mirror a little bit, dude. Because like think about
Yeah.
if you wanted to go get like an RB2. I was just listening to Fantasy Footballers, their Dynasty show. Made me think of this. It's funny how like if you want to go get an RB at this point in the year, it's like, dude, you're gonna have to like overpay. You're gonna have to like give way more than you. And like so for a team like that, it's like, dude, I would rather, if I'm the Packers, I think I'd rather give Pierre Strong, who, granted, he was a Patriots guy, but then he went to the Browns, did okay, like had a serviceable year, whatever. Damian Martinez, like they have guys where you're like, dude, I would rather ride with the depth we have than giving
That's what
up
I
like
think's going to
too
happen.
much capital to like try to grab somebody that you're
Mhm.
gonna just start
They
right
sh-
away.
My thing is with Marshawn Lloyd is he's so comparable to Josh Jacobs. Obviously,
Yeah.
we have not
Skill set.
seen skill set size. I mean, Marshawn Lloyd's 5'9", 220. Josh Jacobs is 5'10", 223. They're the same build. They're basically. We haven't seen Marshawn Lloyd play because he's been
Do
injured.
anything.
He's
Yeah.
got like 20 snaps in the NFL or something
know.
like that.
It's a hamstring. It's this.
But who
it's that,
knows,
it's
dude? He
always
could be
something
he
weird.
could be one of those league winners this year where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you got Marshawn Lloyd in the 18th round. Now you're winning fantasy leagues because of him.
Because who knows, dude? Like the legal process obviously has to play off. Yeah, like we all see that he like whatever he did. You see all those charges, and like, yeah, this guy's a piece of shit. But then whatever happens, it plays out, and all of a sudden this guy's only missing 3 games because it's slap on the wrist because they get it dismissed
Yeah.
and this and that, and now all of a sudden he's back, or he borderline killed somebody, and now all of a sudden he's out for the whole.
Yeah.
You don't have no idea.
He
what's
is
gonna
good.
happen
Forever.
at this
You know,
Forever
Josh
he can be
Jacobs
out.
is good friends with Henry Ruggs. They were on
well.
the Raiders together, dude.
That is
Dude,
true. They were
Might have a
both
good
on the
lawyer
Good
this
Raiders.
year,
friends.
So who knows? Yeah.
Josh
I will
Jacobs
say,
has
though,
actually
if,
recently talked about Ruggs in the news about how
If
he
you got
still talks
enough
to
picks
him.
right
and-
now to you could take a gamble on Josh Jacobs. I can tell you that for a dynasty league.
Yeah, I was thinking that the
If
other
you
day,
got
'cause
it, if
we
you got
did
it,
an
I would.
underdog draft, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
maybe if he falls, like,
Yeah,
I
but
would take him if he
realistically,
fell,
if you
'cause-
have Josh Jacobs on your dynasty team, Austin, if you had Josh Jacobs on your team right now, what are you letting him go for? If I
That's
send
tough.
you
I see
a
what you're saying,
2027 second, are you selling Jacobs?
That is true. Yeah, I would really have to think about it. Yeah, it would depend on the rest of my
that
team.
would be
as
See,
one
well.
that's
that
what-
you
That's
look
tough.
back in
It is
you look
true.
back in a year or two, and it's like I either screwed up royally or
Oh,
I
yeah.
made a great move. You know what I mean?
See,
Like,
and
if
that's
he's worth
the
nothing,
thing.
you're like, dude, I got a second in.
When you're that
2027.
invested into these guys and they get into legal trouble like Josh Jacobs is currently, everyone gets on their podcast and everyone's like, go buy Josh Jacobs
Buy
now.
'em, sell 'em,
Who's selling
they're
him?
like,
Sell
Exactly.
them.
Who's
But
selling him? Yeah.
No one is actually going to be like, oh, yeah, I'll let him go for a second, unless they're terrified. But
That's
it's
what I was gonna say.
anyone.
You could have
If
that
I had
one
Jacobs
doofus
right
that's
now
in a
and
couple
somebody
leagues.
came to me with a second and they're like, hey, I'll give you a 2027 second for it, 2027 second, you would possibly think about it just because of how
old is he?
overhyped
Just
that
because it's
class
27.
How old
is.
is he?
He's got to be
Yeah.
like 28, 29. He has to be.
He's 28.
Yeah.
So he's a running back at 28 right now. If you want to get out for obviously upside if he's here, but dude, I think a second is decent.
Yeah.
For
Now
a
that you say his
28-year-old running
age,
back.
that's honestly that's not.
Because next year he might
If you
just
can
not
get
be
a
that
27 second,
good. Yeah,
I mean, he's
I would,
already-
he's 28 years old, man.
I
So
might
it's
do
like
that. He's older. He's a little older. I mean, again, like, you know, it sounds stupid when you say it in respect to, like, I was talking to Jay about this the other day. Like, it's funny because a lot of our takes, because we all do so much dynasty, a lot of our takes are kind of dynasty skewed. Like, we kind of
yeah,
like,
that's
oh,
true.
the age.
Yeah.
Like, in redraft, you're like, if Josh Jacobs for the next couple of years, you know, he's a viable fantasy option. But for dynasty, you're like, I want to kind of sell him before I get to the point. Like, I ended up selling Aaron Jones this year in one of my leagues, but like, it gets to that point where you're like, I have Aaron Jones like a couple years ago. It's like I have him until, you know,
Yeah,
he
correct.
Yeah,
retires.
that's
You know,
true.
I
That's
just
why I
have
got
him
rid of
now.
my-
He's just
Same
yeah.
thing just last year when I got rid of Mike Evans. That was it.
Yeah.
It's just time to get rid of him. It just is. Yeah, and like it's hard. It's tough, man, for some people
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah. And
Well, I
with
mean,
him,
even
would do
in
the same
this,
thing.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
3 months ago, before any of the AJ Brown talks came out about the trade, I was like, fuck, man. I'm kind of
Mhm.
screwed at this point. AJ Brown's stuck on the Eagles. He's not happy. They weren't talking about trading him. It's like, and he didn't have a bad season last year. If you look back, it wasn't a bad season for AJ Brown at all. But it just feels like, all right, 28-year-old wide receiver. The previous year, I probably could have got 2 firsts for the guy, damn near,
Yeah,
or a
absolutely.
first and
Yeah,
a second.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And
know?
now it's like, well, shit, dude. What do I even get for the guy? Now that the trade rumors kind of have built,
Right.
he's kind of steamed
almost-
back up.
I would almost strike while the iron's hot on that, dude. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like, I know Germ said he was willing to give a first plus. Like, dude, yes, it feels like it might feel bad if you
His-
trade him and then he goes to the Patriots and has like a wide receiver 5. Like,
I
season
just
or
still have a
something
lot
like
of faith in the guy, dude. If he goes somewhere and I mean, back to the Pickens take. George Pickens was unhappy. He got traded, had a good opportunity,
Phenomenal. He was
and
phenomenal.
played
last
lights
year.
out. AJ Brown isn't done, I don't think, dude. If he goes somewhere and his attitude's good, he gets his money.
George Pickens is 25, dude.
Yeah, but George Pickens had years of just unhappiness.
Yeah,
with the
there's a
Steelers
kind of
where
little
he
Would you
caveat
just-
to
rather
that
have
as
AJ
well.
Brown-
Like
would-
like on
Go ahead.
for like what Nate's saying, because CeeDee Lamb did get hurt, so like his ceiling was much higher, dude. Pickens was once CeeDee Lamb got hurt.
Who would you
Yeah.
rather have? George Pickens
Yeah, but even
or
at
AJ
the
Brown?
Oh, George Pickens. I would absolutely
But
rather have George.
even
Pickens
at the
he
end
goes
of
to
the
the
season
Patriots.
when CD was back,
Now that's a little different.
if
Drake
AJ
May's
Brown,
gonna, Drake May is going to feed AJ Brown.
Dude,
if
that
he goes
could
there,
be a
dude. He's going to
magical connection.
Feed him
That I mean, he threw to
like Brady
again.
Moss, dude. Brady
Right,
Moss.
I go,
He's gonna.
I go back to the fact that I think AJ Brown slots into he's the same body type. Like him and AJ Brown are the same archetype. AJ Brown is elevated. And he threw to Kayshon Boutte like a lot for who he was.
Yeah,
like
that's
he's
true.
he's a
That's
nobody.
true.
He's like a depth piece. he was very comfortable. I mean, I watched every game.
Dude, he was
all
throwing
the snaps.
long balls
He
to Keyshawn
really
Boutte, dude.
trusted
Long
Keyshawn. Like he would
balls.
throw the ball up to him, like you're saying, like Brady would throw it up to Moss. He would just chuck that ball up and be like, he'll come down with it, dude. If he has AJ Brown on his team, he will throw the ball to him with his eyes closed.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
is it going to be a
You know what I
random,
worry
like,
about
15
with
touchdown
George
season
Pickens?
again, you know, like
George Pickens got franchise
possible.
tagged this year.
Yeah, and he did not.
makes
like
you wonder
that.
about CeeDee Lamb.
Is he gonna?
Next
Is George Pickens gonna go back to being unhappy? Is he gonna be like,
Good point.
oh, back to my lackadaisical fucking ways?
Yeah.
You know,
So you pay
is he
me,
gonna-
bitch, I'm gonna
Beating people up on the field.
We'll see.
40
We'll
yards
see.
down the
I
field.
mean,
and the place
that's what I'm
dead.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is all right back to my initial theory. George Pickens was unhappy. He played mediocre. You've seen the flashes of crazy talent the guy has. He played
25
lights
years
out
old.
last year.
All
Now
potential
this year
still.
he got franchise tagged. Is he going to be mad about that? Is he going to be just,
I don't know. I think if
We'll
Dak
see.
keeps feeding him, the way that he was last year, there's no need to have an attitude.
Yeah,
There's no need to be mad about anything.
on the
honestly.
field though, like if he doesn't even get to that point, like if he's pissed off and he doesn't want to play until that point, like if it's all about getting the ball, same thing with AJ Brown. If it's all about getting the ball and then you go to an offense where you're not just running a 9 route every single play and not touching the ball, like if you're getting involved and you're like, I don't need the ball 15 times, I just want to touch it a few times and like be in the game and feel like I did something. Like, but what if he doesn't even get to that point? What if he's so pissed off that he's like, I'm not going to play until you sign me, until I get a long-term deal.
well, not nowadays. You can be like, oh, my ankle's hurting all
he
of a
just makes some
sudden.
shit up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's my thing. AJ Brown goes to the Patriots. He's on the happy side, dude. Taking that all day.
I mean,
Taking
there's a
AJ
world
Brown's
where
over Pickens.
There's a world where AJ Brown and Stephon Diggs are on the fucking Patriots potentially, dude. Like it really is. Like
I don't think
Diggs
you do
is
that.
gonna go for
At
like
that
a
point,
fucking
it's two old
900K,
men
dude.
vulturing.
like not really, but it'll probably be like just over $1 million, dude.
Yeah,
He's
like a
gonna get on a
veteran
team
minimum
for.
kinda deal. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think-
gonna
I
be
think-
something like that.
I think Diggs would sooner retire than.
I think so too. I think it's to that
than play
point
for
too.
league veteran minimum.
He's
I don't
probably
think
gonna
he'd
be
do
done at this point, dude. Yeah, but I don't know. The guy's got 4
that.
kids.
No, I think he lands
so
somewhere. I
he
think.
just had
like,
4
dude,
kids last year.
What if Steph Diggs goes to like the Raiders, dude? Like, I mean,
That's
that's
what
a
I thought.
great landing
That was-
spot.
That's what I said for AJ Brown, man. Like that's
Yeah.
what in order for Mendoza to succeed, they're gonna have to get somebody
If
other than
AJ
we've
Brown
had this
does not
conversation.
go to the Patriots, and the Patriots decide not to sign Diggs or one of these free veterans, Keenan Allen, I think, is still available. Nate, how does that make you feel about Romeo Dobbs? Are you drafting him everywhere you can as a value? You think he
So-
would be
Have
to the
to.
moon?
So at OTAs, apparently, I was not there. Apparently, they were feeding Dobbs. Like the connection was already there day one. Like, and they're gonna say that because they want people like me to be like, "Yay!"
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Apparently, that was like a strong connection they had. They were already throwing it to him. A lot of underneath stuff. A lot of like, the thought is, do you turn Dobbs into the Diggs role where Diggs was getting like on some of those games a lot of targets and like the Julian Edelman treatment, because this is a Josh McDaniels offense. So this is Julian Edelman, this is Wes Welker. Like there's some crossover where like, is this a guy who's gonna get again like some of those numbers we were talking about? Maybe it's not sustainable. He's a bigger guy, so maybe he could, but like he might be one of those 150 target guys. Like I don't think that's how Drake plays, but like if he gets 120 targets for, 90 receptions, 80 receptions, dude, he could have 1,500 yards. Like, I mean, he's an explosive guy over the middle. He runs a lot of those over the middle routes. Like, it's very. I mean, again, that's obviously upside. That's like way
Even
for,
with AJ Brown, he's almost an exciting piece.
I mean,
with how late he's going.
They were really big on Kyle Williams during the preseason.
They
last
were.
year,
The
man.
problem
They
is
were
Kyle
huge.
Williams is not better than any of the people in front of him at
He's-
this point.
No, absolutely.
Before-
not. I'm saying no AJ Brown, no Stephon Diggs. I'm saying like that, that.
Then
He'll be
possibly,
their
yeah.
That's what I'm
receiver.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be their X
Yeah.
receiver if they get rid of Kayshawn. I think the problem is you want I feel bad we're talking about the Patriots like so deep, but like
No, it's fine.
That's what we know. Well, you know.
You want Kyle Williams to be the guy because you have him, right? So like the idea is as you like draft and develop, as you get guys who are like coming in and out of the system, once you get something figured out, like the kind of players you like, the kind of players your quarterback likes, whatever, once you're established, you need so Kayshon Boutte, AJ Brown, and Kyle Williams are all the same. Like that's the role they're going to serve, but how good they are is going to determine how much they touch the ball at that rate. Like Kayshon Boutte, I want to say it was like had 50 receptions or something last year for like 500 something yards, whatever, something along those lines, like middle of the road, like depth piece type of production. If you get AJ Brown, that's elevated, and if you just have Kyle Williams, that's probably a little bit less. He's got the explosiveness.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a good route runner, but like again, that's where it's like you're deep in an underdog draft, you're deep in a draft or whatever, and
You're
take
using
a flyer
what
on
you
Kyle
got,
Williams.
dude.
Right, you take a flyer on Kyle Williams, and all of a sudden he's better than Boutte because he can get open a little better. He's a little faster, good down the field, and now now you just struck gold because he's a flex player, and most people you got him in the whatever late.
Some of those
rounds.
with Boutte too was like you were saying, if he has like 500 some yards throughout the season, whatever it was, like 80 of them were off 2 catches sometimes.
Yeah.
He's catching a 60-yard bomb, dude. Yeah. And then he's
100%.
he's catching like a 20-yarder, and then that's it. He nothing else for the rest of the game. Yeah.
The fear in Pat's Nation is he goes to like the Chiefs or he goes to some team where like now all of a sudden he's actually getting volume, and that volume that you project like, oh, well, he got 50 catches. If he had 100 catches, it would be, whatever, more than 1,000 yards. It would be like double that. So I mean, the fear is he goes somewhere else and does way better, but I'll take my chances, dude. I'd rather have
I would
AJ
too.
Brown.
I would too. I'd take the chances. Yeah.
So, what about you, Corey? You got anything for us?
Yeah, I was just thinking about the whole where is Josh Jacobs going, or not going, but like what the situation could entail. I was thinking that they could go like the Packers, go after like what's his name off Arizona,
James Conner?
Yeah, Connor. Yeah,
That's what I said, dude.
He's in a weird spot.
They could potentially get Trey Benson, dude.
James Conner, there's a lot of talks about that. I don't see them going for Trey Benson because Trey Benson's unproven, right? What have we seen him do? I mean, he was really high prospect coming into the league, but James Conner, we've seen do it. Obviously, the injury scare is there.
Yeah,
but
he is
James Conner James Conner's been on and off injuries throughout the years. He's come back healthy and got it done for years.
Yeah, I just think as a Band-Aid, it's not a bad choice.
It's not, because the $1 million, the $1 million veteran little contract they do with incentives, they could definitely get it done with him.
In 24,
for sure.
Trey
Absolutely.
Benson had over 1,000 yards, man.
Yeah, that's why I said there's potentially they could get Trey Benson just because of get Jeremiah Love as well.
Yeah,
so
he's 30.
It could be Love, Connor. It's Connor in that backfield, and then Trey Benson to the Packers, man. But
right.
Because I think
Jeremiah Love, so
we could potentially not see Josh Jacobs play football this year after all this is done and said.
He plays like whatever. He misses 2 games. Like it's really crazy.
You don't know, dude. That's what I'm
really
saying.
sucks.
Like if you have the resources right now in a dynasty to go get him, it's probably a good idea. If some idiot's gonna trade him to you for some low absurd amount, do it. Get rid of him, man.
It's funny because we just said, dude, if you can trade him for a second, I might take it.
I might take it too because of his age.
You don't have to worry about like the future. If this year is weird and he plays a certain amount, not the whole season, whatever, or he just plays the whole season and he's just cooked next year. Well, I don't know how many running backs I'm trying to hold on at age 29, 30.
That's usually the cutoff anyways. The majority of people start weeding them out 28, 29 years of age.
So food for thought here. The domestic violence baseline for NFL is 6 game suspension. So if your first offense you get, if it's like proven and everything, it's 6 games right off the bat. So and the second time is lifetime. So if he is gone, he gets proven and everything, he's gone for 6 weeks right off the bat. Maybe longer if they want to be.
I mean, if he gets hit with multiple charges, dude, like this could be it. Literally,
Yeah, it could be.
This could be
sure.
the end of his
Did you
career.
see the list of shit that he did, dude?
Yeah,
It's a lot.
Like, say, I watch a lot of random cop. We all do watch those like random cop shows and stuff. You get hit with 20 charges, you only usually get hit. Actually end
It's
up
like three.
seeing.
It's like
Right.
3.
You
Yeah.
end up seeing only a small fraction of those. But, dude, even a small fraction of the shit I saw on that,
Yeah, they're
that
tough,
list is
dude.
not good, bro.
Domestic strangulation.
Bad,
Well,
holy
didn't
bad,
Josh
bad,
Jacobs? Didn't Josh? Yeah, 2021. Jacobs was involved in a pre-dawn single vehicle crash near McCarran International Airport in Las Vegas in 2021. He was arrested and charged with a DUI.
yeah, I don't think
the-
that will have any
Basically, his
influence.
DUI got dropped, but do they take that into account? Like, look, this guy was literally about to get a DUI.
They might, but it's not gonna be like the second time offense. He's gone for a lifetime. It might be.
No.
It might be
Yeah.
like, oh, he has trouble in the past. We're gonna give him baseline 6, and then because he has troubles, we'll give him a little bit more. So he could be gone for 8 with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's tough too because a lot of times it's the legal process and then the NFL's process, so it doesn't always perfectly match up. Like if a guy does something kind of dumb, and then all of a sudden they're suspended for a ton of time, and then sometimes guys do crazy shit and beat somebody up and almost kill somebody, and they're like, "Oh, we'll give you 2 games." And you're like, it doesn't always perfectly.
Wait till
match
Henry
up.
Ruggs gets out, dude. They're gonna be like, "I will draft you."
Yeah.
He's probably still got a contract lie, dude.
Well, because remember Josh Gordon,
That was
receiver
for
the
weed.
Browns. But he had, dude. It was, I don't know, 6 or a lot of violations. It was multiple violations of the same thing over and over and over again, and it just kept being like, oh man, I have a problem, and they're like, all right, we understand, and they would just let him back in, and it was like a no suspension. He'd go on the exempt list, and then they let him back in, and it would be like, it's fine, just we get it. You're
Just
all
hang
right,
in there,
and
buddy.
you do it again.
We're gonna
and
get
they'd be
you
like,
help.
and he's like, I have a problem. And they were like, all right, 2 games. Dude, I remember that almost setting the precedent for the future of a certain number of violations. We have to start enforcing it because,
Right.
Yeah.
it's a product on the field and they want, they want their best players to play.
Well, it looks like with domestic, it's 6-game baseline, which is interesting. But it's they seem like with DUIs and drug charges, they're like, here, couple.
Right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You didn't kill someone? All right, we're good.
I mean,
You're
look
good.
at J-Mo with the gambling thing. What was it?
They
4
hate
games?
the gambling stuff, dude.
How long was J-Mo gone?
It's like you could kill somebody, but do not gamble.
No, dude. That. You know what it was? Is that Pete Rose shit? Really, not I don't watch a ton of baseball, but Pete Rose betting on the game and then getting that lifetime ban, and he was a really good hitter and all that stuff, and not making the Hall of Fame and stuff. That really had an impact on all of sports. If you're gonna bet on sports and you're in sports, it's borderline a lifetime ban. They're very, very scary about that shit. Which I get it. It's the integrity of the game. It's literally the integrity of this entire thing.
Right. It's really J-Mo got hit with 4, it looks like, but then he had 2 for substance abuse too. So he had 6 games in that season. But the sport that really hits people with gambling problems or try to lifetime ban you from everything is baseball, man.
Yeah, it is.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. That's all there is.
He
to
is
it.
now.
Oh, is he?
is
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, they put
okay.
him in Portsmouth, or I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it's the
I'm
same
pretty
thing with
sure-
what was isn't Reggie Bush in the college football Hall of Fame or whatever? Now that NIL stuff is a thing, so now
Well, yeah,
you
they
can,
took away his Heisman and all that stuff.
Oh,
and-
yeah. He's Pete Rose is not in the Hall of Fame, but they
That's
made
what-
him.
yeah,
eligible.
see, I didn't
Yeah,
think
they're-
he was.
They're starting
yeah,
to they're starting to go back on some of that stuff, but yeah, I mean, they're still really really scared about it, and I get that makes sense to me. Like you said, it's not killing. They're way more lenient on shit that's crazy dangerous. But
Yes.
whatever, I
Overall
get it.
gambling.
Like you're trying to protect your product, and whatever. I get that you're within your rights. It's your product.
Yeah.
That's that's what sports is. It's like, hey, yeah, you can hit your wife a little bit, but
Don't you dare
don't you
gamble.
dare gamble.
Don't you dare
Smack her up,
gamble.
but just a little. Like let's not go
Yeah,
crazy,
it's-
but smack her up.
Yeah.
It's all right. We'll have you back.
We'll
but-
chalk it up to self-defense, and then we'll let you get back on the field.
Yeah. Like the Josh Jacobs incident. Will, what'd she say? You know, like it's gonna be something stupid
Straight
like
up,
that.
you're not-
Yeah.
his lawyer came out and was like, "Well, we don't know all the facts yet."
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
I'm like, brother.
What do you
I'm
mean?
like, what are
She's
you
probably
talking
back
about?
talking him, if you know what I'm saying. She's a pretty angry woman. Well, we are coming up on an hour and 10 minutes. So we're probably going to have to call this episode,
Yeah.
fellas. But Austin, Corey, I really appreciate you guys coming on.
Oh
It's
yeah,
been
brother.
fun.
Love coming on. Love coming on.
It was a
I'm
good time,
sure that we will do it again here shortly. Maybe
I
this
think we
coming
should-
weekend.
I think we should do that the underdog thing that
Yeah.
we talked about.
Hell
Yeah,
We
I'd
did
be
one
interested.
yesterday.
I'd be
Yeah,
We
we
did.
did one with
Doing an
Germ. We
underdog.
kind of tried
Yeah.
it out. We'll see what kind
We
of.
have
you know.
some tweaks to
yeah.
do with filming the underdog stuff.
Okay.
It's-
okay.
it's-
We'll figure it out.
Yep. So, alrighty. Well, we appreciate everyone who tunes into this. Subscribe for more. Like, comment. Let us know what you guys think. If you guys got any thoughts on what you want to see for episodes, ideas. You guys want to see us do mock drafts. You guys want to see us talk our leagues.
Yeah, just
You guys want to
throw out
see
ideas.
us
Yeah.
questions
any
for
kind of
your
suggestions, for sure.
your leagues.
Yeah.
If you have any questions about your teams, let us know, and we would be glad to talk about it in a show, or we'll get back to you quickly. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
See ya.
Bye bye. See you guys.